All right, good morning. How's it going?
Doing great, Coach. Coach, as always, we appreciate you taking some time to join us. If you could please start us out by recapping camp and then previewing your upcoming opponent.
Yeah, so camp's been going pretty good. Got it wrapped up. Everybody's back in class and getting into our regular schedule. Like I think like Coach Maynard said, we've been hitting each other, watching the same offensive plays week after week. So now it's time to see what you have and go out there and compete against someone else. We were fortunate, came out of pretty healthy, didn't having any major injuries. So now it's just time to go out there and see if everything is enough to get a W.
Appreciate those opening comments, Coach. We'll now open it up for questions for Coach Robinson. First question goes to Jim Kleinpeter.
Good morning, Coach. I know you're probably looking for a better offensive performance this year. I was wondering how that was coming along and what you like about your offense going into this opener.
Yeah, I think it's going along pretty good right now. I think we have added a couple more, playmakers at the wide receiver position. Make it easy on the quarterback. He doesn't have to be perfect all the time. And I think it's really going to come to us running the football. I think most coaches would tell you the same thing. We have a good group of running backs, and I think if we can run the football well, take the pressure off the quarterback, keep them in good manageable situations.
And for a follow-up, defensively, Colton Adams, are you looking for another big year out of him? And how's he been as a leader for this group?
Yeah, he's just one of those guys that just leads by example. Always on time. He has 2 degrees. He's working on the second master's now, so he's what you want out of a college student, a college football player. Goes out there and just puts in a good day's work every day. Just really working on him, taking that next step so he can get his hands on the ball, do more in pass coverage, just get those type of big plays, those big impact plays. He makes the good, consistent play, makes a lot of tackles. Does all of those type things, is getting better at blitzing the quarterback. So just trying to really help him to be a good all-around linebacker. As far as making the tackles and playing downhill, he does that naturally.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
Next question goes to Mason Smith.
Good morning, Coach Robinson. Hope you have a good week this week. Getting ready for Southern. Of course, the question everybody wants to know is who is going to be leading the offense, leading into Saturday from the quarterback position?
Yeah, I think it's still D. Davis is in the lead of that race. Still going into this week. You want to have competition at all areas, so he knows he has to go out there and to perform. But he's really coming into his own. Having that second year, that spring, and now this fall. So I feel like he'll be that guy that can kind of take us there. But Stewart, transfer kid from UAB, he's playing extremely well. Also played really well in the scrimmage this past Saturday. So. It's good to have options. So I think, we expect D to get out there and get it going, but those guys are competing and it's a good competition. They realize that they both can't play at the same time, of course, and they want to push each other to make each other better. And then our redshirt freshman, Quaylet, he kind of brings in a different dimension, probably the best runner out of the 3, but he's another guy that's still in the mix. Had a little injury during camp, so it set him back a little bit, but just had to talk to him this morning about still competing and don't be complacent with not being the guy.
Absolutely. Quick follow-up. Of course, this is the first time you were playing Southern since 2016. A lot of fans, a lot of people are excited. What can fans expect from Alabama State football going into Saturday?
Yeah, we just have to get in that motto of it's our house. We're inviting them down here, and we want to be real rude hosts and get a W. We know Coach Dooley's gonna bring those guys down here ready to play, and we're expecting a big crowd. The Jaguar Nation travels really well, so with the RVs and everything like that. So, I grew up watching Southern play in the Bayou Classic, so we know what they're about, and the team has to know because we haven't played them in a couple of years. So I don't think anybody on this roster has played against them. So it'll be a big thing for our fans just to kind of get that rival going back again, and so it should be a lot of fun.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
Next question goes to Kendrick Marshall.
Hey, Coach. This will be your second opening day to start the season. How more comfortable are you going to this opener than you was the MEAC SWAC Challenge last year?
Well, yeah, I had a lot of questions last year, and I'm sure kind of like TC and like Maynard did. Congratulations to him; he did a great job, representing the conference and winning that MEAC SWAC Challenge. But I had a lot of questions in that game last year, and it's just one of those things you can always think you're ready, but you never know you're ready until you get that experience. So I use those lessons and try to be better at it this year. I have Coach Sims on on my staff is my DFO. So the good thing is I have a guy that's done it for a long time. His office, his door connects to mine. So I think in this business, you have to have a mentor, and I have a couple, but I definitely add Sims to that list. And, things that I'm confused about or maybe not sure about or just wondering if you're doing it the right way, it's good to have a person in the building that you can ask. So you can't be too proud. We tell our guys, it's 3 words that all men need to be able to say, I need help. So, and I need help, I ask them. So, but I feel a whole lot better about it this year. And I think the team is more confident this year. So we kind of know what to expect of some things, but it's always going to be those things that just show up. It's college football, so you can't prepare for everything.
As a quick follow-up, Coach, you mentioned at the top in your response to my last question about the MEAC SWAC Challenge, Jackson State won on Saturday night to make it 2 wins in a row. You guys won last year. What does it mean for the conference to have the SWAC do so well against the MEAC?
I think it's great. I mean, we want to get back to where we're the best conference in all of FCS, and I think that's a start. And of course, once we get to that Celebration Bowl, we hope it's us representing the SWAC. That's what our goal is. But whoever it is, they have to get that W at that part of it too, so we can really make that stamp on it. But it's definitely a move in the right direction, and I thought they did a great job.
Thanks.
Next question goes to Jim Klein-Peter.
Yeah, Coach, this is a non-SWAC game. Do you like the idea of using your non-conference games to play other SWAC teams? Does that create any kind of a problem, or do you think it's better to do it that way?
I think it's great. I mean, as opposed to playing the game where you're going against an FBS opponent in order to raise the revenue, if you can play a home game against Southern and hopefully get that same type of crowd, that a better atmosphere, in my opinion, and still get the revenue advantage, I think that's the best way to do it. That was the reason, Coach Eddie Robinson and those guys created the Classics. They would go up to New York and they would play Hampton or Morgan State and Yankee Stadium, and that was the reason of it, because you can have that big revenue game, but still playing someone that your fans have an interest in seeing, and it's still a good competitive game that you have a good chance to win. So I think it's a positive.
We have any final questions for Coach Robinson with Alabama State? Final questions for Coach? Coach Robinson, as always, we appreciate your time and good luck this weekend.
All right, thank you.